Thank you for watching this demo video. Today I'm gonna walk you through how exactly the document vault works in Coalesc. First of all, let's go to the document vault section as we already are inside. We can click on the top right upload button to upload our file. In this case, let's upload a restaurant.jpg. Once the file is uploaded, you can see there's a status of processing and the category is unclassified. Our AI is working behind the scene to extract the relevant data from this document. And as you can see, in a few seconds it's completed. It categorized this document as a receipt and it gave it quite a few tags, a receipt, and a scan. Now let's say we want to take a look at this document. So we can just click on it and here you go. You can see the actual preview of the document, and we can see the name of the document. The document itself is basically a Main Street restaurant receipt, and you can see its total, and you can see the date. Let's go back, and we can see that the actual name that is renamed here is Main Street Restaurant USD 2901, exactly as what is on this receipt. And let's go to the folder view as well. We can go to the receipt and we can see that there's a folder created for Main Street Restaurant, and we can see that the actual document is right here. Let's say you don't want it to be named like this. What you can do is you can do a quick rename and then let's say remove the USD and click on OK, and your document now has been correctly renamed. So this is basically how the document vault works. Now you might wonder, how exactly does our AI know to basically organize the file this way? What if I want to organize my documents the other way? This is where the actual settings come into play. If you go to your account setting and you go to the categories rule section, you'll see that I have already created a bunch of document categories. Basically, the AI of Coalesc will use these categories that you created to organize the document in the way you want. What it does is it will first recognize what category the document belongs to. For example, if the category is a receipt and you give it a description, receipt, and what you can do is you can allow the AI to extract a bunch of metadata fields. For example, in our case, we only extracted vendor and amount here. We gave the AI a little bit of context on how exactly we wanted to be extracted, and then we just save them. Now we go to the document naming rule, and we tell the AI that this is how I want to name my document, exactly as vendor, followed by a dash, followed by an amount. And if you go to the secondary document naming rule, you'll see that this time it is actually empty here. But let's say in a case where we actually want to name the document as vendor and amount, but neither of these fields were found by the AI, then what we can do is that we can suggest a secondary field, maybe called date. Now, as you can see, that date here has been called as an invalid variable because we've never been able to define this variable previously. So what we can do is we can add a field called date and give it a description. Let's say date on the receipt, and we can give it a formatted as YYYY MMDD, and we save it. And for a fallback, we can just say date, and maybe in order to see this in action, let's do the document naming rule here, and let's use date as the secondary naming field for our primary naming. And let's keep the folder organization rule the same. Submit changes, and let's test it out. Go to our document vault. Let's delete this document and re-upload it. Let's give it a few seconds for it to process. Okay. Finally, as you can see, we've correctly extracted the Main Street restaurant name. The status is completed, and we have a category here. We go to the folders, and we see the actual document is named as Main Street Restaurant. That is, and the receipt date is 2017 and April 7th. If we go to the receipt itself, preview it, we can see exactly that this is from 2017, April 7th. Now let's go back to our document vault. Let's click on refresh. Boom, it's here. Cool. So that's basically how the document organization for categorization works. Now you may also be wondering where these tags come from. Actually, you can define your own tags. For example, these are the tags that we have defined, and in order to define them, you go back to the account settings again, and you can see that there's a tag section here. And these are all the tags that we have defined already. In our case, let's say we want to get rid of some tags. I don't know, let's see, maybe final, maybe letter, maybe scan, and maybe tags, maybe administrative. These are all very unclear tags, so we can delete them. And maybe we want to add something else. Let's define this as Main Street Restaurant, right? Let's say we want to tag everybody, every receipt from Main Street Restaurant using Main Street Restaurant. So what you would do is you would tag it as Main Street Restaurant, and you can say that if it is a receipt from Main Street Restaurant, you add this tag, and then you save your changes. And let's go back to our document vaults. We can directly delete all these and then add our tag as Main Street Restaurant by searching it. Or what we can do is we can delete this file and then upload it, and we can see that the AI actually will create the tag for us as Main Street Restaurant. Let's just give it a few seconds and see how it works. So it's processing right now. Okay, and now we're here, and we can see that the tag is Main Street Restaurant on this document. And that's it. That's basically the main features for the Coalesc document vault. See you guys next time.